ಚಿಂದಿ ಉಡಾಯಿಸೋ ಖಾರ ಬಣ್ಣ ರುಚಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ.
ಆಚಿ ಮೆಣಸಿನ ಪುಡಿ ಚಿಂದಿ ಉಡಾಯಿಸೋ ಖಾರ ಬಣ್ಣ ರುಚಿ.
Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. In 4 different polling booths in the constituency. He is the same name, the same address, the same person, 4 different polling booths. And this is not just one person, this is thousands of people in one assembly. Second example, same voter voting in multiple polling booths in Karnataka in the assembly and also voting in Uttar Pradesh, voting in Lucknow, voting in Varanasi. Zoom in, no, show the name. This is the gentleman called Aditya Srivastava. Just zoom out for a second. Yeah, just zoom into the top 2 there. He votes in booth number 458, same person. He votes again in booth number 459, same person. Go down. And then this gentleman goes, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. So he's got his name on 4 lists, different states, different polling booths. And I remind you, this is not an individual. There are thousands and thousands of these people that we found. Duplicate voters was what, 11,000? So we then focused on the 7 unexpected losses, and we chose 1 Lok Sabha. And out of that Lok Sabha, our team said, we can only do 1 Vidhan Sabha. And so we chose 1 Vidhan Sabha, focused on Mahadevapura. And here's the broad maths. Achha, all the data that we have here is 2024 data from the Election Commission. Everything that we have here is their data. They have given it to us. Okay. In this form. 2024, total votes polled, 6.26 lakhs in the Lok Sabha. BJP wins with 658,915 with a margin of 32,707. But then, the interesting thing, we look at Mahadevapura assembly segment. And the BJP, the Congress polls 1,15,586 and the BJP polls 2,29,632. Congress wins all the Vidhan Sabhas except this one. And in this one, BJP sweeps and gets a margin of 1,14,046. This seat wins them the election, and the Lok Sabha goes in their favor. So we started to look at that number. Just give me that the last one. We started to look at this number. This number is very interesting to us. Why is it that this comes out of 1 seat? It's a huge imbalance. Right? So we started looking at Mahadevapura assembly, we started looking at the details. And now I'm going to tell you what we found. We found that 1,250,000 votes were stolen. I'm going to tell you how. What is the total number in the assembly? Total number of votes? So out of 6,50,000 total votes in the assembly of Mahadevapura, which is really where the game is played. You've heard that new voters vote for the Prime Minister. You've heard that said, right? Suna hai na? New voters, young voters like to vote for the Prime Minister. Now I'll show you how. So there is something called Form 6. 33,692 voters are registered here. This basically is anybody who wants to vote for the first time can use this list, Form 6. So you go, you get into the Form 6, and then your name goes into the voter list. There's a lady called Shakun Rani, 70-year-old. 70-year-old. Zoom out. That's her. And you see a very interesting thing here. She appears twice on the voter list. She comes in using form 6. Zoom into her name the first time. Zoom in there. Here, first name Shakun, surname Rani. Right? Now look at a picture. That's a picture. Now go to the other picture. Look at the picture. So this is essentially a zoomed in picture that they've taken. And this is now suddenly a new voter. Go back. Now she has no surname, but her first name is Shakun Rani. Right? Go back. But what's really interesting here, now she uses this form twice. She uses it first on the 13th, 13/9/23, and then she does it again 31/10/23. So she becomes a voter twice, and then the beautiful thing is, show us the next slide, she actually votes twice. Or somebody votes twice for her. Right? There she is, that's the slip where she's been signed off as having voted in booth 341, and she's done it twice. Now we don't know if she's done it or somebody else has done it. Now this has been 33,000 people here in one assembly that have done this. Show me the ages, please, which is really where the game is played. You've heard that new voters vote for the Prime Minister. You've heard that said, right? Suna hai na? New voters, young voters like to vote for the Prime Minister. Now I'll show you how. So there is something called Form 6. 33,692 voters are registered here. This basically is anybody who wants to vote for the first time can use this list, Form 6. So you get into the Form 6, and then your name goes into the voter list. There's a lady called Shakun Rani, 70-year-old. 70-year-old. Zoom out. That's her. And you see a very interesting thing here. She appears twice on the voter list. She comes in using Form 6. And then huge jump in voter turnout after 5 p.m. And everybody saw this. महाराष्ट्र में विधानसभा में हमारा गठबंधन वाइप आउट हो जाता है और लोकसभा में कुछ ही महीने पहले हमारा गठबंधन स्वीप करता है. Very suspicious. And Maharashtra में we found at the state level that Lok Sabha और विधानसभा के बीच में 1 crore new voters came into the game. So we went to the Election Commission, and then I wrote this article, and which we printed in multiple newspapers. And this was the crux of our argument. And we stated with certainty in our mind that Maharashtra election was stolen. And that article came out, and it created a flutter. EC rejects Congress plea for machine-readable Maharashtra voter list. Machine-readable is the key. Because if we want to analyze the data, we need soft copies. And I'll explain to you why. Go back here. And then something very interesting they did. They said we are going to destroy CCTV footage. And this was surprising to us because there was this question in Maharashtra that you would have had to have massive voting after 5:30 for the numbers to add up. And our people knew, and the alliance people knew that in the polling booths, no such thing happened. There was not massive voting after 5:30. There were no big lines after 5:30. So these two things made us believe with reasonable certainty that the Election Commission of India was colluding with the BJP to steal elections. But we still didn't have proof. We were still in the zone ki Yes, we have Maharashtra. We have proof at the larger level, state level. We can see these voters have come. But ये नहीं मालूम ये कैसे आए हैं, कहां से आए हैं, सिस्टम कैसा चलता है, कहां से रिगिंग हो रही है. So we put together a team